Viewers and subscribers, welcome again to the Coach's Desk with your host, Coach Minzy. And today we'll be talking to former St. Jago athlete, Cushane Carter. Many persons know him as CMR. Some persons know him from the Carter family or Carter One Link.
True.
CMR, welcome to the Coach's Desk.
What's up? What's going on, man? It's a
Yeah, man,
pleasure
good.
to be on the platform, man.
Yeah, man, good to have you, man. You are a superstar right now, so
I
to
say
get
yes,
you on this platform, it's always a good thing. So let us get right into it, Cushane.
yeah.
You're a former St. Jago High School student. You did track and field. I want you to walk us through the years of doing track and field at St. Jago High School.
All right. I'm gonna tell you. You want me to tell you it started?
Yeah, man.
All right. So I think track is one of the best thing happened to me, along with the other sports that I participate in. But first, I was more interested in soccer, which is football, and I played Pepsi. But I had a friend, we call him Ref, and he was a track athlete, very good at what he was doing. And he said the way I sprint on the football field, he think I could be a good athlete. However, he's recruiting me to be a sprinter, but I wasn't a sprinter. I ended up doing long distance because when I went there, I realized the sprinters was way advanced than I was, and the only spot I could, fit myself in was distance. And so happened that I did the 400 meter. I did 4x1 in class four and all of that stuff, but I did 400 meter, 800. But it all started from just a friend telling me to come at track because football season done, and they have a thing what we call now, Coach Minzy. So means let me tell you something. I say you're supposed to know this. They have a thing named season. Whether you are a football, a track star, basketball, or whatever. When it's a season done, you're not hot again.
True.
So I have always wanted to be. I think I get a drive from being the center of any little thing, whether it is I'm giving trouble, whether it is I just want to always be talked about. And when football finished, I had nothing else to do. And my friend, introduced me to track and field, and I went over there, and Bertland Cameron was there. And for me to join the track team, I had to run a 400 meter. And I ran left some of his favorite 400 meter runner that day. And he was like,
Yeah.
no, you should be on track, and that's how I started track.
All right. And incidentally, Burton Cameron is back at St. Jago High School now as a technical
Real?
director. Yes, man.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
so, so, Cushane, tell us about now those exploits at Champs and the development meets.
All right. I strive for competition, and that's one thing. I think track and field it builds me because when I am supposed to prepare for a track meet on the weekend, prior to that, Coach Kid have us running 600 meter, 300 or something like that, prepping us for it. However, we never want that, but until the day, because one, we want the food what comes with it, and we just want the attention. But what I used to do is just go to the track meet and just perform to my best, and I still never love the track like someone who is born for it at that time. I was just doing it because I wanted something to do. So I'm not at the house. So but the track meets are what I use to prep myself to a level where I can compete, not just only track and field, but in everything I do. Everything for me in life is competition. Like if I'm drinking a water bottle and I see that my cousin drinking it faster than me, I want to be able to drink this water faster than him. You know, just that. And it's just a sport, a track kind of bring that competitiveness inside of me. So
All
track meet
right.
do that. Track meet makes me it's like the competition of it is what I strive for.
So, what about medals? Did you win any medals at Champs?
No, but I gave away my opportunity. All right, the year when I was supposed to get a silver medal, I was a class 3 runner. And I think that moment, let me give you this history. I think that moment break my track spirit because I was predicted in the prediction book to finish second in the 800 meter
Mm-hmm.
among one of Calabar's finest at the time named Droopy.
Yeah.
Sean Droopy, yeah. So I was predicted to, finish second, and I ran the heats, kill them. In the heats, I ran the fastest time. As class 3, I ran, I think, 2:04 at that time, 2 minutes 4 seconds at that time. And then the semifinals, we killed them again. I ran 2:02 for the semi, you know. But the finals, yo, I blame the coaches. I blame Kid. I blame all of them. All right,
It's a
because
kid will be watching this, you know. You have to be careful now.
Mr. Kid going to laugh because he's gonna remember this. So on the day, the finals now, because I was even doing long jump that day too, because I was always multi-talented doing long jump, and I made the finals for long jump also. So, but the 800 is the event that's gonna bring the points. So I was there the morning and I said to the coach, I said, yo, I am hungry. You understand me? I tell him that I want to have something in my stomach before I leave, because we're leaving in the morning, but my race is not in the morning. So I guess my words or my complaint wasn't as important at that moment. So go on the bus, boy, you're hungry, because now I start find myself as, yeah, me I got medal, me I one of the top boys in the camp, and all of that stuff. But I reached the stadium, and coach, this means, let me tell you, I feel hungry like I want to pass out. And a friend of mine, gave me something to eat. They say, yo, have some KFC, don't eat anything heavy. You have to eat maybe the fries and the chicken alone. And I did just that, And when the 800-meter come, the finals, yeah, man, me say, Sean, run out. I'm going to run out on him too. And I was in second place up until the last 150-meter of the race. And I just feel like I want to use the restroom. And coach, 2 persons passed me. I think I finished 4th in that finals. And that was one of the moments that break me, because I knew I was supposed to do better than that. And the guy who came second is a dude that I beat in the semifinals.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that these guys can't even beat me. And Sean ran that day. He won the finals with 1:58, 1 minute and 58 seconds. The guy who came second ran 2:02. I remember I told you in the semifinals I beat them.
You ran 2:02 in the semis.
So I knew at that time, yo, I gave away my opportunity, but I didn't so much because I was hungry and I speak out, So yeah. And then from that moment, it's like, I don't know, I just start focus on soccer more, but still love track, because every year I go to champs and perform and, give them the points and everything. But
yeah. All right. Well said there. Now, let us switch lanes a little bit, Cushane, and go over to the sport that you talked about that you loved.
Yeah.
And you are dubbed the top striker. Yes. I think that's a little moniker that you got there, the top striker. Tell us about those football days.
All right. You know what? I think I am so much blessed, because when I started out playing football from primary school, I was playing right back. I came to San Diego playing Pepsi for Mr. Lewis. He was a coach at the time. And I started out playing right back. But I knew I could have played other position on the field, but I was stronger at the right back because I was aggressive as a defender and thing. And as I transitioned from right back, Mr. Moody, he believed that I was too small to be a defender. So I was very small, because you see my shot, and I was moving towards the Colts team. And you have man like Chris and them man there, and Kenny and them man there. And I was of Pepsi age, but Moody brought me up there. And he said, you know what, I think you should play forward, because if they bounce you, you can get a penalty. And you're too small to defend against Andrew Marsh and all of Shevchenko and all of those strong players at that time. So he believed that I wouldn't be a good fit for a right back. So he brought me up forward, and from there, one of the best moves he made, because I was fast. I used it to my advantage, run left them, coach. And the thing is they have about me though is that when I get a bounce, I don't even fall. I don't even remember to drop, forget that penalty, The transition from right back to Coles, where I coach. My last year in Pepsi, I should say, I captain Pepsi that year. Coles, I did the final year. what I must say though is I played every position on the field once I reached coach. I even keep. I was a keeper. I play right back. I play midfield. I play forward. I played everything. And then when I reached Manning Cup also with Coach Mr. Thomas, Coach Simo, Danny Harton, we were there, and I became one of the top strikers because we have a very good team. We have man like Bernal, Marshall Baker, and they were great in the assistance of me being aggressive and getting all those options to score the goals. So I was my last year at Manning Cup, I became the leading goal scorer that year. We didn't go to the second round where we should have. And I think I finished the first round with like 12 to 15 goals, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Top striker. All right. So good little history there, Cushane. Now, with your exploits in track and field, in football, it would have opened a door for you to go overseas. And in your new music video, because viewers and subscribers, this man is a vlogger, he's a musician, and so forth. I don't know the other things that are added, but of course, he's an army person as well. So in his new music video, he has this line.
Me do it by myself. Me I tell you so me never need no friend. Me do it by myself, cause me never trust none of them. Me do it by myself. Me I tell you so me.
So saying that to say that with all those exploits, he would have gotten a scholarship.
Yes.
To go to the United States to enhance his track career, to enhance his footballing pedigree, and also getting an education.
Yes.
That scholarship led him to Lindenwood University. That's in St. Charles University, right?
Yes.
Right. So I want you to tell us about those experience or that experience there. Entering into United States, no family, no friends. Yes. Tell us a little bit about that, Cushane.
All right, I'm gonna tell you on that, but before I even touch over there, I want to also start from where it started. So y'all know my last year at Manning Cup, I did really well, and we had a few members from the track team. That's why I always tell you guys, you have to participate in every sport you can, because you never know where the help come from, because I got a soccer scholarship with tracks, but it was more so from soccer because the person that influenced that decision, they are members of the track team, and they introduced me to people who are into soccer.
Right.
So I think we had a guy named Louis, and he introduced me to
Sean. Man, I know Louis.
Louis introduced me to Sean. Sean introduced me to Saji, that is CJ, and that's how the tracks and football scholarship come into play. But guys, let me tell you this: it was said in my time that scholarship, you don't really get that, and that's not true. It is because we don't have the knowledge, and I don't know what it is like now, but in my time it wasn't like prevalent. It wasn't there for us to like just know, oh yeah, you can get a football scholarship. It's always about tracks, and it is most time the best athletes. But guys, you don't have to be the star athlete and San Diego track team or football team to get a scholarship. You understand me? All you need is make sure your transcript is not that bad. It is at like 2.0, and everyone cannot. If me get 2.0, everyone can, So I say that to say, make sure you scout if you don't get selected by the coach, because as I said, most time the coach, we're gonna select the better players, which is right.
Yeah.
But you don't have to say I am not the best, so I'm not gonna get that. You can also apply for those scholarships yourself. Call those schools, talk to them, go on the website, look for the coach's number, tell them, I am an athlete from Jamaica, I go to this school, I participate in this, and if you have in modern time, they're gonna want clippings.
Yeah.
You have clippings, forward it to them, and they can do, you might get a partial scholarship or you might get a full scholarship. So you don't have to be the Yohan Blakes or the Marshall Bakers or the Cushane Carters. You understand me? So as Coach Minzy asks now, forward into America, guys, it was very challenging, and I know of guys who, got here with me and they went back home. And I had no mother here, I had no father here. but I knew what I wanted because there was no other option for me back home. I don't know if I'm gonna ever get into UA because I don't have the school fee and I don't have someone to represent me to get that. I don't know the options. I don't know what, no, I did not know what to exploit to get into UA at that time. But I knew I had the subjects and I knew I had to do something. Scholarship workout, you know, me and a few of my friends, we got it. And I came to Lindenwood.
Hold it right there, Cushane. You made a very important point, you know, because oftentimes children believe that doing the many subjects and getting them, that will get you into university. That is a prerequisite, you know. But at the same time, you can have all these subjects, but the university is not for those with the many subjects. It's for those who can afford it.
Yes.
And at the same time, for those who can't afford it, if they have a talent, that talent can propel them to reach as far as possible.
Yes.
I just wanted to inject that.
And I am happy you said that because I want this not just to be about, you know, CMR, how it happened, but I want to also have information in this video that one can listen to or apply in their own life and know that, yo, listen, CMR do it, I can. Because if you check the records of CMR or say Cushane or Carter in San Diego, I was very respectable to the teachers, but I give a lot of trouble, you know, but not to the point where they have to kick me out. As I say, I get to finish. I made it to 6 arm. But at the end of the day, guys, don't ever feel discouraged because you are, like I said, you are not the top athlete, or because your parent don't have certain amount of finances to put you a certain way. You have to, like the song say, you have to do it for yourself at times, you know, because when I applied, when I reached to America and I went to Lindenwood, it was very challenging because now I have to focus on making sure that my grade point is over 2.0.
Yeah.
I go to training and I have school, I have work to do. They have a thing named work and learn. And that is how you pay for your boarding. So I got a scholarship for tuition, but I never got a scholarship for boarding. So I have to find somewhere to live. So for me to pay for boarding, I had to work on their campus, in their cafeteria, do work and all of that stuff. And you can't miss, you have a certain amount of hours that you have to accumulate that turns out to be cash, you know? So if I am training and I have to work, what do you think happened? At times I'm gonna miss one of them, you know? So the challenging part of it is just to stay focused and know where you want to go or where you have to be, because at the end of the day, you're gonna get distracted. Females there, parties there, everything is there.
Yeah, man. University now, you know.
Yeah, man. University is a place where you explore. You know, I've learned so much in college, coach, where it even shaped my personality to this moment. It doesn't change it, but it shaped it. You know, so me having that experience in a university where I am now, I can sit and say, yo, I have a degree that I don't really use, but I can always fall on it because it propelled me for the military. When I joined as a private, they have 3 levels of private. They have P1, P2, and PFC. And I was able to join higher than the lowest private level. Because you know, so it's a lot of things where you have to sacrifice. And my sacrifice, I wanted to be a star athlete, whether it is soccer or track, but because of my situation, football and track did what it has to do for me already. Bring me to find so I could get that opportunity. If I had a background where I have a family and stuff, where it could help me a certain way, maybe I would be able to go further with the football. But I had to work, find my own food, you know. At one point, I have to start take care of my family, you know, like my mom. So it wasn't easy. And you meet friends here that, you know, we end up become like a band. When school out and them kick we out of school, say, yo, oh, some of you can't stay on campus because you don't pay for this. We are one room. All of us who take the couch tonight, take the bed, and we just sit, laugh, cook, and have fun. So it's a challenge, but once you get past that, you will be what you're supposed to, because not one person in America here, especially who comes up on a scholarship or, you know, a certain type of way, don't have a story. We all have a story.
Definitely. So Cushane, in terms of your exploits in track and field, because I did a little research and I saw where you were doing your long jump still, you were playing your football.
Yeah.
And based on some of the distance that I saw, you were still doing pretty well. But because of the economic section of it, because most times, athletes go up, and because of their athletic ability or prowess, they oftentimes go pro.
Yes.
So in terms of you, what the economical situation would have caused you not to move further in your football. Is that so?
Yeah, I strongly agree on that part because at one point I lost the scholarship, the full scholarship to a partial because I wasn't able to complete everything that I have to do, which includes working, like I said, completing school assignments
Mm-hmm.
and go to training, where I've been through the part where like I say, I could freely speak on everything. I started to decide that I want to go on the road without license, get arrested, just driving though, guys, you see me? I've been to the point where I've went to the mall and I decided to take things that is not mine from the stores. And, I pay the price of it that affected me back in school. However, the drive and determination I had, that wasn't going to stop me from finishing,
Yeah.
I was still able to do that because the military stepped into play, paid for some of my tuition and all of that. So, guys, one mistake in life, because I want to talk on mistake. I don't want to sit here and act as if it is just that we go to foreign and we just add it hard and that's it. We messed up. I messed up at times, and the Lord had me, and I am lucky or blessed enough to be able to, move away from situations like that. So you're gonna be tested, but it's how you pass that test. It's how you handle that test.
Yeah.
You do a test and the teacher says, study, we have test 2 weeks time when you decide for SWAT, you're gonna pass with a 70 when you could have passed with a 80 and 90. You understand me?
Definitely.
It's like that. But the prof side of it, I really wanted to go pro coach because that was my dream. I just feel like football or track is the way, more so football for me. And when I realized that, a friend of mine said, he said, yo, when the sooner you accept it, you're gonna be better at what you're supposed to, because football and tracks do what it's supposed to do for you already. And you're reaching certain amount of age and you haven't get that big deal where you're supposed to because of what you have to take care of. Find it. Because remember, we have to find one food, clothes, everything.
Yeah, definitely.
So challenge. And that's what kind of take mine,
Yeah, man. And we're happy that you weren't one of them that were sent back home or decided to come back home, because sometimes the pressure is so insurmountable that some of these youngsters they go home. So we are happy you're doing pretty well for yourself now. You have the Carter family. You're a vlogger, which is one of the most loved families on the internet right now. You're also one of the review kings, as they would say, on the internet. So you're doing pretty well for yourself. Everybody can see. So the transition that you actually made from sports, or the discipline that you'd have learned from sport, would have allowed you to be a better individual even in your everyday life now. Is that so?
That is 100% correct, because I've learned this just a couple months ago, maybe a year ago, that we all think sometimes when we go to school, it is just for our education. That is the main objective, just like running a business to make a profit is the main objective. But when we go to school, we have learned so much apart from getting an education. So you will find someone that goes to school and him finish with 12 subject, 9 subject, 8 subject, and another one finish with 3. But he learned something. He learned to be a team player. He learned to socialize with people. He learned communication skills. And I said that to my wife the other day, because of the sport I played. If you compare me to someone who did not participate in a sport, most times, 9 out of 10 times, they're not going to be so much of a team player. And that's what helped me as much, because when I did football, I knew that I couldn't score a goal unless someone passed that ball to me. And sometimes I have to, take that sacrifice to do certain things on the field for another person to score. And then that is why the coach, when you play selfish, the coach will not start you or punish you, or you get some form of sanctions for not being, kind with the ball. So I say all of that just to say that because of schooling, even though I did not went pro, I knew that I learned something from it. I learned, as I said, team sport, and that is one of the main reason why my wife and I we are doing great at what we are doing now, because I figured it out. I figured that, listen, I'm not gonna be here by myself with no family and be as successful as I want to be when I could have a second, you know, and that's team player. So you might go to school and did not get 12 subjects, but you learn something that you could apply to your business. You're operating a business, you know that you have to talk to people better. If you don't know to socialize or communicate with people, then you're gonna have difficulties operating your business. So sometimes schooling is not always about just the education, but make sure it is that you get some form of education out of it, because that's what society says. You have to find certain amount of credits or prerequisites, all of that for you to move on to the next level. But don't think that that's the only thing school does. School
It's basically a holistic development. So
yes, perfect.
yeah, man, it deals with your cognitive, your psychomotive, and your affective area of your life. So it is very important. So,
Yes.
Cushane, we're out of time now because we'd love to have you again on the program, because your story is a real life story, and as your music says, true story. So, but we have to cut it short today, and we definitely hope that we'll be able to get you back on set to encourage some youngsters. But before we go, CMR, any final thoughts that you want to share, any encouraging words that you would like to share to any youngster out there right now in Jamaica?
Yeah, man. I'm glad you give me the final thing yet. I just want to tell everybody, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Yes, you're gonna see other people out there believing in you, but you have to believe in yourself before anything can happen. And also, if you're about to finish school and you want to get yourself a scholarship, apply for it. Call the schools. If you're a track star, call him. If you're volleyball, call him. It doesn't matter. If it's drama, call him. They got scholarship for everything. And if you're a smart guy, try get an education. Try get a scholarship for that too. So yeah. And one thing I want to finish, and since Diego Blood in our way, I have a promise that I made to one of the members who helped me out when I got the scholarship, because the journey for the scholarship was a very rough one, because I needed bank statements, I need a lot of stuff to show the embassy. And I made Mr. John Liver, big up yourself anyway, and you might not remember, but we made a promise, and I'm gonna have to fulfill that sometime, and it's approaching soon, because I think you reach a point where I'll be able to can do that, and I'm gonna try to provide myself, not myself, but some athlete in St. Jago with some either gears, or it's a scholarship for your tuition, maybe for 2 years, 3 years, or maybe for that term, depending. But I'm gonna do something like that. I give back to my school, because the school, I think they gave me a lot of chance and a lot of opportunities. And the teachers that worked with me, and the coaches, and everyone who knew who Cushane Carter is and who was, if you want to say, then they knew that my time was challenging there too, and I turned out to be something. So guys, don't quit. I give a lot of trouble, good for get trouble, don't do it. But up on me, the whole point, they let me do my CXC, they let me graduate, and I passed them. So at the end of the day, life is what you make it. Always remember, if you make life great, it's gonna be great. So yeah.
Definitely. Well said there, Cushane. Now you are on digital recording, Cushane, in
Yeah.
terms of giving back to
Yeah, man,
St.
that's
James.
what
So,
I said.
so I know that you'll honor it, Cushane. We don't have to worry about that. And definitely, it was a pleasure having you here on the coach's desk,
Yeah, man.
just to discuss a little bit of your journey that persons might not know about. I see you in time past been throwing out some little clips and photos of where you're coming from in terms of your sporting ability. So persons did not know about that. So I'm happy that the Coaches Desk platform was able to bring that out to your audience as well.
What you're doing, man, because this is something where it needed, man. It needed, because you highlight certain things and you educate. It's informative, I like that.
Yeah, man. So thank you again for tuning in. Thank you again for the opportunity.
Look at me. I have one more thing. See,
Yeah.
anybody who is from San Diego that's watching this and can find picture Steve, when you find him, tell him say CMR try reach him. Steve have some picture for me, Minzy where moved from high school, and him tell me, you know, him say, yo, take them from no car when you get bigger. If one I want to get famous, me I go charge you no more fee.
Yeah.
So if you can find him, make him link me on social or whatever and tell him, say, get me the picture, then me get all of them.
Yeah, man, cool. All right. So as I said before, you're out of time, and thank you again for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be with us here on the Coaches Desk. It was a privilege, it was an honor, and thank you very much again. Big up yourself.
Yeah, man, big up yourself.